Here we are outside again, and I'm going to try to do the first video about the Woodlands, Texas. I'm going to tell you some news, the location, and then my top criteria. And then the most important part, I'm going to tell you yes or no. Do you want to live there the rest of your life? Do you want to buy a house there? Do you want to live there in the next 5 to 10 years? The news, Houston is one thing, the Woodlands is another. Woodlands was voted the #1 suburb of America 3 to 4 years ago, and it was taken seriously for a number of reasons that we'll talk about. The location is 30 to 45 minutes north of Houston. It is in a different county. Houston is Harris County, and the Woodlands mostly is Montgomery County, the south part of Montgomery County, which also includes Lake Conroe. Here's my 10 criteria. Let's talk about this really quick, and then we'll get on to the yes or no question. Weather, I give it a 6. Typical Houston weather. So Houston weather can be humid, it can be warm, it can be non-seasonal, it can be warm in winter. The Woodlands is a little cooler, a little breezier, a little better with all the trees, a little farther north, a little crisper. So it is a little better. But overall, same as Houston. I give it a 6. Got to remember Houston lately has had really bad cold winters for no reason other than climate change. And so that could affect you. You get no bonus in the summer when it's too hot, no bonus in the winter when it's weirdly cold. Didn't used to be like that when I was there 20 years ago. I spent about 2 years in the Woodlands buying and flipping houses. I did that on purpose because it's a great market to buy and flip houses. But that's why I'm not doing an on-location video, because I know a lot about the Woodlands. Let's get to traffic. I do number 5. If you're in the Woodlands, it's great. If you're on 45, the north-south freeway, it's terrible. The best and the worst. 45 is terrible. Those big, wide east-west roads like Woodlands Parkway are easy to drive on. Number 3, crime. I give it a 7, which is really good. And that's because crime doesn't get much past the 99 tollway, which is just south of the Woodlands and kind of creates the largest loop around the actual city of Houston. So north of 99, you don't have a lot of crime. Cost, I give it a 6, which is good, but not that great. I'm going to tell you why. Houston's known for lower prices, but property tax in Texas will kill you, which I always use when I deduct points. Otherwise, this would be probably an 8. But also the prices in the Woodlands are going up. A lot of area of the Woodlands now that are still super cheap, but the nicer stuff is going up. So one segment is stagnating, and one section is kind of skyrocketing. So if you have a really nice property in the Woodlands, it's valuing up, which is a little rare for Houston. People, I give them a 5. Politically, it's a little questionable. The people are very average in terms of the kind of people you find in suburban environments. Good examples of those kinds of people. You're not going to have deep intellectual conversations, but you do get a variety coming up from Houston. So you get a little bit of a mix. Scenery, not much there. It's flat. It's Houston, no mountains, no ocean, unless you want to drive an hour and a half through traffic to Galveston, which kind of is an ocean. But the scenery gets a benefit. It gets 2 bonus points for all the pine trees. City of Woodlands kept all those pine trees. They purposely built the city around the pine trees, built the roads through them, and have huge pockets of pine trees along the sides of the road hiding the commercial development. It's a part of the Woodlands plan. It's actually a township, not a city, I think is how they describe it. Activities, I give it a 5. Nothing to do in the Woodlands except extremely available commercial development in terms of nice restaurants, diverse restaurants, not necessarily mom and pop, but a lot of the best chain restaurants, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, things like that. A lot of stuff in the Woodlands, and the activities gets a bonus from being able to drive to Houston for professional sports and real culture. Politics, I give it a 3. Not the best environment if you're on the left, maybe a lot better if you're on the right, but you kind of have to be a little extreme to enjoy the politics there. Not going to be a lot of liberal politics in Montgomery County. Real estate, I give it a 7. It's a great real estate market. That's why I was there. I explained that already. Access, I give it a 5. Access just means can you get in and out? So yes, the roadways in the Woodlands are great. The freeways around it, like 45 north-south, terrible. But 99 tollway, when it's not specifically a traffic period, pretty easy to get around. So let's move to the overall. This is the important one. Yes or no? Most people would think I would say no. The answer is yes. I was there. I was there for a while. It's a comfortable, safe, affordable life. And that's why it was ranked so highly and still is. I think, especially if you're going to be in Houston or in Texas or really anywhere, because that's what this overall is, I would say yes, but I would give it a 7, which means any of my future videos where I have a yes and I have something above a 7, I'm going to go there first. But I give it a 7 and I'd give it a yes. I hope that helps you understand the Woodlands, Texas. Thanks for watching.